All right, everyone, welcome to another episode of the Infinite Abilities podcast. I'm your host, Nick Yerhart, and today I have one of the coolest guys I have ever met. His name is Jay, and he's actually the first person I met in the 10x community. And at that time, I was shy and I didn't really talk a whole lot. So, Jay, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, what's up, Nick? First of all, just want to say thank you for inviting me on your podcast. I'm very happy that you're doing this as well. Doing the podcasting is something that you and I have just not too long ago learned that it's a great way to increase our brand awareness and to also not only that, but
Mhm.
also to share our stories, good and bad, indifferent, or whatever it is. But for your viewers, I
Yep.
just want to introduce myself again. My name is Jay. I'm a 10x business coach like Nick, and I'm also a business advisor, which is basically a franchise program that Cardone Ventures started. So, for I'm sure for the viewers that you already know Cardone Ventures, Grant Cardone, Brandon Dawson are basically what we call our business mentors, and that's how Nick and I actually got a chance to meet through the 10x community, and I still remember it when we first
Mhm.
met, and I saw you, Nick. I was like, man, this guy is so inspiring to be here, and you're not letting any kind of disability that you have get in the way of your vision and your goals. And that's one of the things that I respect so much about you. Is the fact of the matter is that you're confident and you're brave, and you want to share your stories to others in hopes of inspiring people. And I'll tell you, Nick. Uh, Ever since you and I have met, you've inspired me in so many different ways. So it's an honor to be here on your show.
Awesome. I just looking back, when I met you a little over a year ago, just to think that the friendship that we have now, I would have never thought we would have that. You know, I thought that would be the only time I seen you. That was it. But no, you're a true friend. You're awesome, and I just
Thank you.
I love following everything you do. I'm currently reading your book, which is awesome. So we're gonna
Thank
have to talk about that. And
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
I mean, you say I inspire you, but man, you inspire me. So
I
thank you,
appreciate that. I
thank
appreciate
you.
that, Nick. And essentially, that's my goal as well: is to hopefully inspire other people out there to get into pushing, towards their goals and their dreams, regardless of the situation that we're
Hmm.
in. Because we have different situations and different background, Nick, but we both came from not necessarily like the wealthy background or anything like that, but
Yep.
we're doing what we believe is right and what we think is going to be beneficial for us and our family, uh, and it's the same way. I want to be able to inspire and share my story with other people as well. And podcasting, just like this one, allows us to be able to do that.
It does exactly, and you know, like you know, like you said, I just recently got started into podcasting, and that's why I did because I know that this is how I can reach even more people. On top of all the
Uh,
outreach that me and you are both doing on social media.
right, right. And
So,
yeah, it's certainly a lot of work for sure, but it's fun.
oh yeah, it is, and me and you just both love helping other people, which is just incredible. So, as a business advisor, how do you help people?
Yeah, definitely a great question. As you know, as a business coach, right? You and I both are licensed to be able to deliver everything that's inside Cardone University and CTTI, and that is
Yep.
focused on sales, marketing, and basically the mindset piece, right? Whereas on the business
Yep.
advisor side, you know, um, it it evolves around that as well. But at the same time, if you've ever attended the business summit, right, business boot camp, Brandon
Mm-hmm.
talks about different elements of scaling, right? So not only we focus on sales, marketing, and the money mindset piece, we also focus on leadership, hiring the right people, and the finance side and the operation side of a business. And essentially, what my role as a business advisor is an extension of Brandon Dawson, right? Whereas for Grant Cardone's program, the business coaching program, right, we're an extension of Grant.
Mm-hmm.
So on the business advisor side, essentially, I'm an extension of Brandon Dawson, and I got certified to learn everything that he teaches. So now I help other entrepreneurs and business owners that are making $1 million, between $1 million to 5 million to 10 million is my ideal avatar, and I help business
Mm-hmm.
owners to scale the business through the things that we teach, and also from group coaching, one-on-one coaching, and obviously the workshops and everything else. So I can essentially like deliver any of the other workshops that we teach inside Cardone Ventures, and so I'm able to do sales, marketing, finance, operations, people, and the leadership piece, and even the higher tier, which is a 10x 360. I'm able to teach that as well, but as of the moment, I'm not comfortable of delivering that kind of um, workshop per se. But everything else, I'm pretty
Yep.
confident, and I'm able to help others and teach them the our methodology and the systems that we have.
Yeah, that's so awesome. Cause like, I know a lot about the systems you guys have, and it's just like blowing. And what I love about it is like
Right,
how simple, how simple it can be, but you don't know what you don't know, you know?
right, right.
So
And
like you guys just walk business owners through it and just help them scale at a rate that's just astronomical. Like I know a lot of the testimonials from you guys as clients, and it's just like they went
right,
from 1 million to 5 million in like a few months. It's like, wow, cool, you know?
it's amazing, right? And you know what it is? It's people don't know what they don't know, right? And same thing for me. Like I wasn't
Hmm.
quite sure how I could get my initial business, which is a recruiting agency that I started before I became a 10x business coach
Hmm.
and advisor. And um, I hired a business coach to learn recruiting and the corporate side of things, and I was able to get to six figures rather quickly. And but I didn't know how to get it to
Hmm.
seven figures. And so for me, I was like, well, I need to find somebody that can teach me that, and that's how I came across Grant Cardone for the very first time. And I was like, you know what, this is something that's pretty amazing. If I can learn what they promised that they're going to teach, this is a win-win. Like I could network by attending the event,
Hmm.
and I learned directly from Grant and Brandon, and so I ended up going. I was like, wow, everything that they do here is pretty legit. It's great. I met some of the other people that's been around longer, who's been in the 10x ecosystem, that's gone through a few of the other workshops, and a lot of them are very, very successful. And when I met people
Hmm.
that are making, like when I remember when I went the first time at a 10x Business Summit, the guy, well, Grant always says, pay for the best seat if you want to be in the right room, in the right
Hmm.
environment, the right circle. That just helps you,
Yep.
network a lot better. So I'm like, well, you know what? I'm gonna pay for the best seat that they had at the time, and I sat all the way in the front, the very, very front. And these are the people
Hmm.
that are already like doing things, big things inside their businesses. So here I am. We haven't made $1 million yet at the time in the business, but I just having a conversation, normal people, right? And I come to find out the guy on my
Hmm.
right, I remember this. He owns a construction business in Northern California. His revenue was around $35 million. I was like, wow. And the guy next to me on the other side was making around 20, somewhere in the 20 million. So in the eight figures, right? I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. And then
Hmm.
two gentlemen on my
Yeah.
right, sitting in the front as well. His revenue was 125 million the year prior. So I was like, wow, I'm definitely in the right room. And then I went around and saw the, pretty much a different, departments that they have at the business summits. You know how they'll have different desks and tables and
Mhm.
everything else. So I got to talk to every single one of them
Yep.
just to get an idea. And I was like, wow, these guys are good. What they do, what they teach, and
Mhm.
how they implement it is something that I want to learn. And I
Mhm.
remember this so vividly. I was getting coffee. It was day two of the business summit. I believe it was Brandon Dawson that was still teaching, and everybody was inside.
Mhm.
Majority of the attendees were inside the conference room, and I was outside grabbing coffee. And then here comes Grant, like he stands next to me grabbing coffee with Sabrina, the daughter, right? And
Mhm.
I had to double
Yep.
think. I'm like, whoa, what?
Mhm.
GC, Grant Cardone, right next to me. So
Mhm.
I definitely took, I took a deep breath and I said, I'm going to talk to this guy in my head. I said, I'm going to talk to this guy. And I just said, hey, Grant,
Mhm.
I just want to say thank you so much for setting this up and everything else. I'm learning so much in business and scaling. And I said, this is a
Mhm.
perfect room for me and the right, meeting the right people. And he's like, oh, he's like, cool, yeah, no problem, and whatever. And I forget the specific thing that he said. And I remember he asked,
Mhm.
uh, like when was the first time that you've heard of me, right? Because I told him I'm all new to this, and all of that stuff.
Mhm.
And I said, to be honest, it was about 3 months ago. I saw an ad that, and then ever since then, you started popping up everywhere. And I'm glad that I saw the ad.
Yep.
I'm glad that I came here, and now I'm
Mhm.
I'm in the right room. I told him, and he said, well, it's my fault, like I didn't do a better job of like getting to you sooner. And I just told him, it's no, definitely not your fault, man. I was in the U.S. Navy. I was in the military, and I had a different mission back then, and I didn't really care about anything
Yep.
else but our goal in my command at the time. And so, I didn't really venture about entrepreneurship, about sales, or anything like that in corporate America.
Mhm.
And that's one of the reasons why, but nonetheless, in 2022 was my life changed for the better when it comes to the business and entrepreneurship side. And yeah, it's been amazing ever since. It's been a year plus worth of learning and continuing to take action and just building my network and my friendship with people like yourself. So um, it's such
Mhm.
it's such a great experience and journey so far.
Oh yeah, I agree. And I love how you brought that up of like when you found Grant, and obviously he took full responsibility because that's what he teaches us.
Right,
I say the same thing. I tell people, look me up on social media. If you can't find me, that's my fault, not yours. You know.
right.
And
Yeah, no, I
but
love that. I
I like
love
how
that.
you
And one of the things that we learned, yeah.
I like
What
how
were you
you
saying, Nick?
said, I like how you said like you found Grant at the right time, basically,
Yeah,
and
right.
that's as true. That's as true for me too because I found Grant around the time that I lost my dad.
Wow.
So
Okay.
ever since then, Grant has been like my father figure guiding
Wow.
me on what to do next in life because that's what my dad did for me my whole life. So
Right.
it's really
That's
incredible how things work out, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. And
And I wouldn't be on this path.
yes.
Mhm. Yeah, I wouldn't be on this path without Grant, and it's just incredible, incredible.
Well, Yeah,
So I do gotta
it
talk
is
about something.
incredible, Nick. And yeah,
So when I was getting certified as a 10x business coach, you were there, which was awesome.
mhm.
And I got something from you that's sitting on my desk. Let me grab it.
Oh yeah,
So you gave me this,
the
and this
gold
is just
bars.
incredible. So yeah. So can you tell everybody what that exactly is?
Yeah, so I'm sure if you have listeners who are veterans or in the military, they'll know exactly what that is. And I have a different one in front of me, but um, essentially, this is what we call a military challenge coin. And one of the
Mm-hmm.
ones I gave you are one of our challenge coins that we created for the Chief Petty Officers Association. And we basically, what we do is we give that out to people that we respect, people that we want to honor. And
Mm-hmm.
and so for us it's a tradition to get receive those and give those to people that we work with or we call our mentors, or just people that we respect. And obviously I'm no longer
Mm-hmm.
active duty, but I still carry the same tradition. And a military
Yep.
challenge coin has such an amazing history, dated back in basically all the way in World War I and everything else. But uh, why I like to still use that today is because I remember when I first received my very first military challenge coin from somebody that I respected. It meant so much to
Mm-hmm.
me, and and I remember that feeling,
Yeah.
that small gesture. The coins, they're not expensive to get, created and everything, but the gesture behind it
Mm-hmm.
and the meaning behind it is what I really treasure and value the most. And that being said, I want to carry that tradition, and I wanted to give you one because I respect you so much for the same reasons that I told you earlier. And the fact of the matter is, you
Mm-hmm.
deserve, in my eyes, you deserve to be given one of those. And I definitely wanted to take that opportunity in person to give that to you during your certification at the business coaching, you know, um, program that we attended.
Yeah, I can't thank you enough. And when you gave it to me, I was in shock. I was just
Oh,
like, whoa. Because at that time that was what the second time that we actually met in person.
right,
So it was
right.
just incredible, and I can't thank you enough. And yeah, I literally look at it all day, every day. It's right here all the
I love
time,
that.
and you know,
I love
it's just
that.
amazing. And
And
it's it's
one
funny
one of
because
the things. Oh,
people
sorry.
come over and they're like, yeah, people come over and they're like, why you have a big gold bar? And
Right,
then
right.
I tell everybody, my good friend Jay gave it to me, and I tell him the whole story, and it's really
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
So, thank you again.
Oh, excuse me, sir. Yeah, yeah. You're very welcome. You deserve it, Nick. And I'm glad that you have that in front of you, because I keep it around as well,
Hmm.
and it's just a good reminder, um, that when things get hard, there's people that's been, for me anyway, that served before me, that sacrificed their life, that gone through hardship and everything else. So that means a lot. So I look at the military challenge going, and when things get hard, I'm like, you know what? Tomorrow will be a better day. Tomorrow will be a better day.
Yep.
It's not that difficult, and it gives me, it reminds me that as long as we continue to stay focused and to remain, I guess, persistent in our journey, everything will always get better. So
Yep. I agree. I agree. So, for somebody starting out their journey, their entrepreneur journey, what would be like your number one piece of advice? And this might be a hard question for you because I'm reading your book, and there's a lot of advice in there. But what's one tip that you could give someone?
That somebody who is just brand new in business and entrepreneurship, I would
Yep.
say probably not one advice. There's a lot of great things that we can learn, but if there's one thing that I can provide as advice for somebody today that's watching or listening to this, is that entrepreneurship is not easy. It's not for the faint of heart.
Mm-hmm.
However, if you are somebody that is goal driven, somebody that uh, does not quit, regardless of how things could be difficult, and it will get difficult. I want to keep it real with people.
Mm-hmm.
There's always going to be an opportunity to learn new things or to adapt to a new ways of methodology and just solve any kind of problems that we have. And so, stay focused, stay persistent, and continue to learn. And when I say learn, like through personal and professional growth, uh, and obviously we're both business coaches. We're both um, in the mentorship industry type, right? And so I always say, like,
Mm-hmm.
get somebody to mentor you for the niche that you're a part of, or you're doing, because what it does, it helps speed up your learning curve, and it does, it
Yep.
also like removes time from the equation, right, of success and learning. And so, I
Mm-hmm.
would say ultimately just continue to learn, and and I would say,
Mm-hmm.
never give up. Like, those are, I would say, I gave you two instead of one, but I would say if I had to only give you two things, those would be it. Continue to stay learning, and never give up. And I live by those, same things, even today, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm always trying to be the better version of me, for myself, my family, and also for my
Mm-hmm.
clients, the people that I mentor, and everything else. So on a daily basis, I'm still learning something, and I typically, do that in the morning, and then sometimes in the afternoon too. So that's what's kept me
Mm-hmm.
like going, every single time, and I'm not gonna change that, even 5, 10, 20 years from now. If I'm still working in the business or whatnot, there's always gonna be room for growth, and it's the same thing for Brandon and Grant Cardone, right? They're still learning new things, like with
Yep.
AI, technology. Like,
Mm-hmm.
that wasn't around when they were on the come up, right? So for us,
Yep.
it's awesome
Mm-hmm.
that we're still in the younger phase of our business, but AI is here and is growing, and it's not going to go away. So,
Mm-hmm.
for us, that's one of the biggest things that we're learning now, right? Like, how to leverage AI for the business and
Yep.
for our clients as well.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And but yeah, I love your advice on that. Keep learning, keep pushing through. And I like how you threw in, get a mentor. I agree. That's huge. Everybody needs a mentor. You know,
Right,
it's
right.
awesome.
And
So,
we all we all have
mm,
mentors, right? And like, I was gonna say,
yeah.
like, Brandon Dawson, he calls Grant as his mentor. And he still had,
Mm-hmm.
like, John Maxwell, amazing leadership
Mm-hmm.
person, right? Leadership coach. That's his mentor, right? And people
Mm-hmm.
like you and I, we have mentors. I have people that I
Mm-hmm.
mentor as well, and I think it's part of. It should be part of something that, whatever business that you're a part of, you're in, whatever entrepreneurial journey, you should have a mentor that's going to help and guide you. And yeah, I strongly believe in that.
I do too. Exactly. So, one more question for you.
Yeah.
My slogan, your abilities are infinite. What does that mean to you?
Wow. You know what? That's a great slogan, man. I gotta first of all, I gotta find one, and number two, kudos to you for that specific slogan. And I think that's a very very strong slogan. To be honest with you, I'm thinking about it now. It's like it's very very powerful and impactful. And what that means to me is that it's the same thing. Like um, we in my opinion we have infinite like ability to get better and learn and to be the best version of ourselves. And I would say just don't let any
Mm-hmm.
kind of distraction, any kind of obstacles, barriers get in your way, because as long as you have that
Mm-hmm.
self drive, self discipline, self motivation, um, you will continue to succeed. And I think with
Yep.
the slogan that you have, that you instill in others as well, it's so powerful. And now that I'm thinking about it, like I need to find one that I truly like strongly believe in, that's not been used before, right?
Mm-hmm.
So but I love yours. I think that's what
Yep.
what that means,
Thank
to
you.
me. Yeah, of
Yep. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. Where can people find you
course.
if they want to reach out?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Well, we try to be omnipresent, right? So I try to be in every
Yep.
single social media, at least the top one. So you could just actually Google my name, Jay Realubit, which is my last name, and
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna pop up all my links from LinkedIn, from Instagram to Facebook to TikTok and all of that stuff. So yeah, just Google my name and you'll be able to connect with me in any of the platforms. I'd love to connect with you in the future. If anybody who's listening or watching and you want to follow me, I try to provide value as well, inspirational things, and some tips and business guidance
Yep.
in all of my social media platforms. So yeah, great, great honor to connect with your audience as well. So thank you.
Oh yeah. And I'll put all your links in the show notes so it'll be easy to find. All right,
Awesome. I
Jay. This
appreciate
has
that,
been
Nick.
really great. Oh yeah, this has been really great. So thank you
Yes, man.
again.
Yeah, yeah. And then
All right,
Nick,
everyone.
you're like, take care. Appreciate it.
All right, everyone. This has been another episode of the Infinite Abilities podcast. I will see you on the next one. And remember, your abilities are infinite.